days that allows us to better prepare our interaction and better stimulate and more effectively stimulate the bilateral cooperation in all the common interest moments and cooperations. It comes after this phone call that we had back in October 2020, when we talked about ways to better improve our bilateral relationships. Today we have had very consistent, substantial discussions with Mr. Minister on multiple dimensions in an openness and friendly discussion that characterize in a traditional manner the relationships between our countries. I wish to assure Mr. Minister that Romania is engaged fully in developing bilateral relationships with the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I have discussed with my colleague about dynamizing the bilateral relationships, both in terms of political dialogue and economic and sectorial economic cooperation. We have found our joint interest for diversifying cooperation in multiple domains with important prospects for the future: education, culture, interhuman contacts, economy, defense industry, including the consular level. I believe there is an increased potential in terms of the export of cereals to Nigeria, including by facilitating exports from the Ukraine. We have also discussed about facilitating animal products from Romania, for which we need to get the necessary certificates from the Nigerian authorities. In the economic domain, we have talked about reactivating the bilateral mixed economic commission as a mechanism of consultation between our governments. In the session that will take place late this year, we are going to activate this. Given the existing potential, and also the fact that Nigeria is the largest economy of Africa with important natural resources, most and foremost the most important crude oil resources in Africa. We also discussed about the possibility to import oil and gas from Nigeria. Given the exceptional potential that the youth of Nigeria represent, we have encouraged the increase of the number of young persons from Nigeria that might go to university studies in Romania. We have found an increased number of Nigerian students, that is, more than 1,400 Nigerian students have been registered in universities in Romania. We have also discussed about the solutions offered by Romanian authorities to young Nigerians, especially in the context in which they were obliged to leave the Ukraine on the premises of the war in our neighboring countries. Last but not least, given the security challenges in our regions, and we have also looked at the issues, the regional issues in Eastern Europe and Sub-Saharan Africa. We have also presented our evaluations of the war, and we have condemned firmly the aggression against the Ukraine. Also, we have pointed out the support accorded by our country to the refugees. More than 1,100 persons that were studying in the Ukraine, people that are Nigerian citizens, had to be repatriated, and we helped them. Also, we have also noted, in a positive note, the attitude of Nigeria in the UN context about the Ukrainian war. We have also pointed out Romanians' engagement for the security and stability of Sub-Saharan Africa by bilateral initiatives destined to an improved resilience of African states in the benefit of the population of these states. Romania and Nigeria are member states, and we participated in the Moroccan reunion 2 days ago. Mr. Minister, I thank you again for the visit that you are undertaking these days in Bucharest, and I am very happy about the very friendly terms in which we have discussed. I am sure that we are going to keep a very dynamic bilateral contact, a very good cooperation in the various forums, in the support of our joint objectives of peace, security, and progress on a global level. Mr. Minister, the floor is yours.
Oh, thank you. So thank you very much, Honourable Minister. We had very good discussions today, and as my friend and brother said, it's been a long time, many years, over 30 years, since we had a high-level visit by a Nigerian government official here. But the first thing to say is that Romania and Nigeria have excellent relations and have had for many years. And we've established diplomatic presence in our two countries. We share the same values, democratic values, and of course, a part of a multilateral democratic forum, Conference of Democratic Countries, that is chaired by Romania. So that also reinforces our solidarity at the international level, at the multilateral level, as countries that share the same values internationally. And at the multilateral level, Nigeria and Romania are often on the same side on global issues, and we continue to be. Noticed that in the recent times, a number of resolutions at the United Nations have seen the two countries on the same sides. Now, of course, Romania has become a very important member of the European Union, and a country that we feel that we want to have stronger relations with. We have as a basis strong people-to-people relationships. As the Honourable Minister has said, Nigerian students have been benefiting from the excellent educational institutions that you have in Romania. And you know, the advantage of that also is that when they come back to Nigeria, you don't need just the one ambassador you send, but you'll also have a lot of other ambassadors who have studied and trained in Romania. And of course, in this context, we appreciate enormously, again, as the Honourable Minister has said, the solidarity and the generosity of the Romanian people and the Romanian government towards Nigerian students. We had over 5,000 students studying in Ukraine, and of course, with the crisis there, a lot of them fled, and some of them came to Romania. So we appreciate enormously the warm and generous hospitality that was extended to them, and also the efforts being made by educational institutions in Romania to absorb some of those students so that they can continue with their education. We don't take this for granted, and also to extend our great admiration to the government and people of Romania for the sacrifices that you have had to make in absorbing almost 1 million refugees coming into your country very suddenly. I think that shows a real solidarity and the kind of global spirit that we want to see more of in the world today. And a big thank you, really, from the global community to you for that. And as I said, excuse me, as I said, Romania is now a very important player in global affairs, and a country that we feel we can develop relations with, and as a win-win for our two countries. And of course, trade is very important in this context. And as the Honourable Minister said, we have a framework already, a joint economic commission, and we want to re-dynamize this because it's been moribund. It's not been active for a number of years. So part of the reason for my visit here is really to establish this relationship again and relaunch some of these initiatives. And so we have a very good framework for cooperation between our two countries. And of course, you know, trade is an important one. Nigeria as a country has been, we've focused probably too much on one sector, one commodity, oil and gas. Well, a very precious commodity today in view of the global issues that are taking place. But we do want to diversify as a government. That's been a priority for us in different areas. And we've noticed and very happy that there is a keen interest amongst the Romanian business community, a number of Romanian businesses applying for visas to come to Nigeria to do business. And this will be something that's very welcome because we're doing everything we can to promote foreign direct investment into Nigeria. And, you know, really Africa is a very attractive place to do business in because apart from, I mean, pre-COVID, one of the fastest growing economies in the world were a number of African countries. And in Africa now you have a continental African free trade area, the largest free trade area in the world. And, and so this we are hoping will attract more Romanian businesses. And of course Nigeria is 1/5 of Africa, the population over 200 million people, a large market, a very useful market, and you know, so I think that Romanian businesses coming to Nigeria will have not only the Nigerian market, but now a one-stop shop for the whole African market. And as I said, we have a youthful population, a young population, and also a very tech-savvy population. And so we're also hoping that, and we, you know, mentioned this, that information and communication technology will be an area that should be able to, you know, catch on. And of course, security is an area that's very important and for us. And the Honourable Minister has just come back from a conference in Morocco devoted to security. And we have big challenges in our part of the world as well. Of course, you have some security challenges here, but we also have in our part of the world. And we're looking also to support and solidarity from various countries and appreciate the efforts that are being made also by Romania in the framework, the multilateral framework of the UN in peacekeeping in the region, but also, you know, supporting the fight against terrorism that we are also experiencing in our part of the world. And of course, climate change is also another big challenge, issues of desertification. And in this context, as we are sort of a carbon producing country with oil and other things, we are prioritizing renewable energy as well. And in this context, we're looking also for partners and cooperation in developing action to climate change, and especially with investments and technology in renewable energy. So clearly, Romania is a country that we look forward to, as I said, you know, really working closely together in all these fields. And as you saw, we've just also signed an agreement, a memorandum of agreement on on diplomatic relations between the two ministries of foreign affairs. And again, we're working closely together on consular issues to facilitate people-to-people cooperation between our two countries. So really thank you very much indeed for the invitation, and my delegation and I have been enjoyed very much the warmth and the hospitality of the Romanian people, and we really hope that this will be a brand new chapter in relations between our two countries, and that and that going forward, we're really going to see cooperation in a vast range of sectors, and we look forward very much to that. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the press statements are now over. Thank you very much for your presence.